All right, hello everyone. My name is Natalie Duguid, and I am a MarTech trainer out of the capital region of New York, for those who do not know my face. And we just wanted to go over just a couple more so housekeeping things, and just some things that were coming up this week before diving into just walking through this homework. So submitting homework. There is a button right here for submitting homework. This is on the admin portal, which you can also get to through Gohana, More Departments, admin portal. For those that are having issues with the folder, as this is coming up a lot, so one, you're not alone, other people are having issues. We're looking into why this button is causing problems. But if you just send me an email, I can directly share your homework folder with you. And everyone we've done that with, it's been working great. So yeah, if you have a problem with submitting the homework, the folders are weird, you're not seeing one of the folders, maybe your region folder, just shoot me an email. I'll just put my name or my email right in the chat here. And I can just directly share your folder with you, and that way that alleviates that problem. So let me move that out of the way. So there is that. And then in regards to just how to submit homework, screenshots are great. If you can kind of just walk through doing the homework and sending the screenshots for that would be great. Typing in answers also to kind of walk through the process. The main part of this is just you know, wanting to provide you guys with the resources that if an agent comes up to you and asks, you know, how can, you know, I do this, you will be able to be like, I know how to do that, and help them, rather than, you know, if you don't know, because, you know, we never explored this with you guys before. So submitting homework, screenshots are best, kind of just screenshotting the homework number by number, showing
Natalie,
how you walk through it. Yeah.
Natalie, Nita here. Can you describe how to do a screenshot? That was one of the questions that just came up in the chat.
Yeah. Okay, so what I use is I come down here and I type in the snipping tool right here. And then if I just click new, I can then grab something and then I save it as a JPEG right here. I could even do, you know, submit homework right here if I wanted. So that's an option for those that have that. For those that don't, I would just Google taking on PC, because I know Macs are different, but you can, you know, because some computers are a little different, but it's Alt print screen. So if I can find that. Hold on, letting this person in. Just to do that. Or, yeah, depending on what Windows you have, I would just Google that. It's for the quickest way. But hopefully most of your devices should have that snipping tool, because that's what I use all the time. If they don't, you can reach out to me and we can look at other options, but that's a great way to do it. So any other questions on this before we dive into the homework?
Nothing is showing up in the chat.
All right. Okay, so question number one was, do you know where to put an agent's bio? The reason we do this one is because there are 3 spots for their bio. So if we get into the web admin, and again, mine is set for an admin dashboard, so it will look like yours, unless you are in a specific agent's one. And so we're going to go to profiles first, agent maintenance. And then I would just type in the agent that we're looking for. And I'm going to click edit. And then if we scroll down to the bottom, here's the 2 spots for the bio. And then again, the difference is going to be written right here. This one is for Hannah Presentations. This one is for the agent's profile page on the Howard Hanna website. Then of course you would save it. The manager needs to approve and that would be live. So that's 2 of the places. And then the 3rd place is going to be under content, agent content pages. We will search for the same agent. And then the About Me, we are going to view and edit content. And then click in here. You will get a lot of questions where agents will think that maybe they don't have a box here, because if there's no writing in it, you really have to click around until it pops up. So once you click in there, you know you're in there when this little toolbox pops up, and then you would save the content and publish. And this is what's going to go on the agent's actual website, which is theirname.howardhanna.com. So that was homework question number 1. Homework question number 2 is about hiding menu items. And this one's a little bit trickier because the homework shows, you know, a My Website tab, and that's something people on the, you know, admin dashboard do not see. I don't have that website tab right here that the agents will see. So there's a roundabout way we can go and get it. So if I go to Profiles, Agent Maintenance, we're going to click this agent again. So again, if you're with the agent, you know, you're both working at this computer, you're going to go to My Website and it's going to say Manage My Site. Just so you guys know how to get to it through your admin dashboard, you go to Profiles, Agent Maintenance, you know, find your agent, and then we're going to click Agent Site. And if we go all the way to the bottom, Manage My Site menu. And here we can see where you can just exit out. Any questions on that one, just since, you know, what you're looking at is a little bit different than what the agents are looking at? All right.
So far, so good.
Good. Question number 3, do you know how to embed a link, image, and video? So we're going to do that under content pages. I'll just grab an agent again. And I have my test page in here that is not published, but I'm going to view and edit content. So again, here we have where sometimes this box is a little more faded and they can't see it. So I'm going to click in and we're going to start with how do we embed a link. So say if she wanted to do something on Guilderland activities, first I'm going to grab the link. So I'm going to, you know, Google Guilderland activities. This is the one I use, clubs and activities for Guilderland Central Schools. So I'm going to go up to the top where the URL is. And if I click in, it should copy everything. So then I'll right click and copy. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say, check out, you know, Guilderland Central School activities. And I'm going to write what I want to say for this link. Or I could say, click here for, and then you're going to highlight this whole phrase that you want clicked. And up here, this is the insert hyperlink image. So this is a pretty universal image for inserting a link, kind of an infinity sign in different ways. And if we click here at the web address, I'm just going to right click and paste. And then I'm going to insert. And I can tell here, it's not live, so I can't really click on it. But I can see now I have a new thing that says remove hyperlink. And so that is how you can have some security knowing that you did indeed attach that hyperlink. You can change the font if I, you know, after I do that and I want this, you know, really really bold. You can do all that. Sometimes, you know, underlining is a really good mental hint for people that this is a link they can click on. So definitely recommend underlining if you really want people to look at this link, click on this link. Underline is just kind of attached to linking things, and so people are more likely to click if it's something that they would assume has a link to it. How to embed an image. So if we go down, next to the hyperlink button is the insert image. And so I can just upload right from my device. Or I can see what, you know, I already have in the library that I've already uploaded. And I can just insert right here. If I go over, I can also adjust if I want to make it smaller or larger here. So I can make it a little bit smaller if I don't want it standing out as much. So if you saw, I clicked insert image down here at width. I just changed one of those because I don't want, I mean, this is a circle, but you know, if it's a rectangle or something, I don't want to make it smushed or stretched. So I just do one. And you can kind of just play around until you get it to be that size you like. And you can also, see how I have this highlighted? I could also insert a link right to this picture. So just be aware that is something agents can do if they want, you know, maybe marketing to make a cool JPEG that says, click here for, you know, and you can attach the site there. Lastly was the inserting a video. How did everyone feel about that? Good. Yes, now you can chat. We can be a little interactive. This one's a tricky one. So that's kind of why I wanted to see how you guys were doing with that, if you were semi-comfortable. But I'll go slow so you can call out to me if I'm going a little too fast on this. I'm just gonna find home happens here. Oh, I need to do Howard Hanna, because this is just a super quick video. I also use it. Oh, I said hope. That's why. Here we go. Here's my little quick video. So right here, I'm gonna click on this, which is the happy little 15-second video from Howard Hanna. And I'm gonna go down to share. And so we want specifically this embed code. We don't want just the URL, because if we put the URL in there, then it's going to send them to YouTube, and we want to keep them on our site. So we click this embed, and again, universal symbol, these things are for embedded code. It gives us a bunch of code, and it's easiest just to come down here and click copy. Sometimes I click it twice to make sure it copies. And then we're gonna come back here. And if I just, you know, paste it right here, nothing's going to happen. So what I have to do is I have to come up here to the view HTML, which again, we see that embed symbol. And it's a lot of mumbo jumbo that usually you do not need to know. I definitely recommend putting videos either at the top or at the bottom, because then you don't have to search through this, which is confusing. So videos on the bottom are great because you just click in here, enter down, and then I'm going to paste it. Then we'll update, and the video just embeds right onto the page. So that is embedding a video. If you have any questions, shout them out now, or I'll move on to question 4. We're looking good. Okay, so.
Wait, hold up. So, all right. So those of you that are on the webinar, this is Nita Everton. I'm the education director in the Southeast region in Virginia, and I'm sort of Natalie's cohort on this one. I always have a standard training mantra that I use when the instructor asks if you have any questions and nobody says anything. Either the instructor has been incredibly clear, which is very well possibly the case here with Natalie, or you're too confused to ask a question. Can somebody weigh in on the chat? Are you guys okay? Silence here isn't necessarily golden as far as we're concerned. We want to make sure that you're comfortable with this. Chat, Ann Matson, I know how to do it. Good. Okay. Anybody else want to give me some reassurance? I'm being a nervous Nelly here on the other side of the state here from Natalie. Stephanie, can we embed multiple videos? So it would potentially rotate. Natalie, there you go.
To embed multiple videos, you would more so than just, you know, do another one underneath. I do not believe you can just have it. It's not like a slideshow. It would more so just grab the next YouTube video that kind of it thinks is next. You know how with YouTube, if you're watching videos, it will just go to the next. So when we embed them here, we have it just stop after this video because we don't want it to go to a random video after. So if you want multiple videos, you would just line them up.
Okay.
So,
all right, so that's the one question we've had. Everybody else is going, Natalie's clear, everything is good, we got it, we understand, okay? So now I'm gonna mute myself again. Thank you.
Okay, and yeah, and that was a great question. All right, so do you know how to create a new content page? So we did kind of all this stuff with links and images, which again, the main point is making the agent's page stand out more and have it be somewhere where people will keep coming back to, like a good resource. And so that's why more unique content pages are great. So that's why we're showing you this. So again, if we are under content, agent content pages here, and we find our agent, it will take us to this screen here. And I'm just going to do add new page. Here, I would put in the title, take two. And then this is one thing I want to be very clear with is I'm going to highlight from parenthesis to parenthesis and going all the way up to that backslash. And I'm going to repeat the title, no spaces, no symbols, and that will allow me to save. So creating the URL is probably the trickiest thing about creating a new content page, is making sure you grab, you know, from parenthesis to parentheses after that backslash, and then you're just putting in the title, all one word with no symbols. Again, you can add a meta page title and description if you like. You can do that later on. You can never do it, but the option's there. And then you would save it. And now when I go back to my agent, it's going to show up right here, take two, but it is not published because we haven't published the page yet. If I go into it, I write something in, it's not going to be published until I click the publish page here. So don't worry about that happening. And then if I made a mistake, I can just click edit here and then delete this page. And it will be gone. So no worries, if you do make a mistake, you can just delete it.
Natalie, does everybody understand what a meta page title is?
Yeah, I talked about that in my video on Monday or whenever they listen to it this week. So right now I'm just going through the homework.
Thanks, hon.
Okay, uploading a profile pic. So under profiles, agent maintenance, I'm going to grab my agent again. And we're going to edit. So it's under agent maintenance that they get to this screen, and this will have the photo that they will upload to. And they can select it. right from their computer screen. Oops. And upload it here. And so that's where you go to upload a new profile pic. If they haven't had one professionally yet or something, usually marketing has their photos as well, just for other printed pieces that they make. So you can always check and see if they have one that the agent submitted to them if they're not sure. Question number 6, do you know how to add social media links? So again, this is going to be under profiles, agent maintenance, and we're gonna scroll down until it says agent social links. And we're gonna paste them in here. To get that link, we would go, so I'll use the Facebook one for example. If we go to Facebook, I can search for Cindy Martin as my example, and this is her business page. So, you know, we would want to be sitting with the agent, pulling up the home page of their business page, not their private one. Yeah, one second. And so then you're going to grab the URL up here. Once you're on their business page, come up here, grab the URL, copy it, and then come back here and paste it. So that's kind of what you would do with whatever social media links that they wanted in here. Make sure you're on that home profile page of their business one. If they have to, make sure it's not their personal and just grab that URL at the top. So it can be a little trickier. Instagram is usually done on the phone. So, you know, you have to make sure that they're actually logging in online just so that they can grab that URL or you're searching for them online.
Natalie got a question from Stephanie. Whom would we contact at media for agent photos?
Just your marketing department. So our marketing department in Capital Region has a generic marketing email, or there's one person in our marketing department that I tend to email for stuff. So you just would contact whoever whoever is marketing in your region, whether you have a specific contact or you just do a generic one that goes to the whole team, and someone should get back to you about whether or not they have a professional picture or not.
In Rochester and Buffalo, you are contacting the department, not individuals, because it goes into a queue, so it's answered quickly. So if somebody's stuck in the print room, something's not just sitting there while somebody's away. So you are contacting a general email in Rochester and Buffalo.
Same in the Southeast region as well. So Ann Matson's asked a question, well, agents are learning this on their own or through new agent training, or are we to be available to help or setting it up? And I'll answer that one. Fast Start gives the agents an introduction to the agent webpage and their website setup. They are given a PDF of a PowerPoint that does screenshots for them. The responsibility, quite frankly, is theirs to be setting it up and to be working with their new licensees, to be working with their branch managers and, you know, plowing through this process. Your role from a staffing standpoint is if the manager's not available, your manager's in a meeting or they're, you know, not in the office or whatever, and you have an agent, which they do, and I know you all know this, they come running in, their hair's on fire. Oh my God, I gotta know how to do this. You know, the material that's Natalie's been covering over this homework are the more frequently asked questions that we see that the agents come up with, and we would like you to be somebody to say, hey, this is a way to do it, or even you have FAQ documentation in your admin portal. You can pass that on to them. They could even look at the YouTube video as, you know, another resource, because you have a ton of things that you need to do as staff as well. So we're not expecting you to set those sites up. That's really going to be up to the agent to do. But if they do have that occasional question when the manager's not available, then yes, you would be the resource to either answer it or point them in the right direction to get the answer.
Yep. All right. So moving on to question 7. What is the difference between save content and publish page in regards to content pages? And do you know who approves their changes? So I'm going to go and show that. If you guys want to, you know, type in the chat who approves their changes, then we can answer that question really quick. So the difference between save content and publish page, we're going to go into agent content pages, and we'll type in this agent again. And I kind of showed this before, so just to reinforce. And I'm going to view and edit content on the page that I would like. And when I click into this, I'll leave this one. It gives me the save content. And so basically how their website pages are, which are their content pages, set up so that as you're doing it, you're going, or as the agent is doing it, they're going to be seeing exactly, you know, how it's going to look on their site. So say if an agent comes to you and is saying, you know, oh, I saved it, but it's, you know, it's not showing up, you know, your 2 responses would be, okay, did you publish the page though? Because you can save the content as you're going, but until they click publish page, it's not going to get sent to their manager for approval and to go live. And so that's why we did this question, is because we get that question a lot, is I saved it, you know, why isn't it showing up? They have to make sure that they save content, then they publish page when it's ready, and then that's going to go to their manager. Their manager approves it, and then it will go live. And yes, the manager. I figured you all knew that one, so that would be easy. Yeah, so publish and activate page. So this is actually something I've learned more recently. I believe in some regions, if it is a new page, and this is the first time ever, that you do need to activate it as well. Do I know why? I am not sure why, but this is what IT has told me, that if it's a first time new page in some regions, and I'm not sure which, so it might be better just to activate new pages to begin with, but pages need to be activated and then published. And then that's just for a brand new page. In the future, if they're coming in here making changes and saving it, then they just need to like republish the page. But yeah, so that is the answer. I cannot tell you why it needs to be a 3-step process on, you know, saving and publishing there, but that is the difference. All right, and then kind of moving away from this is, do you know where to put seller emails in for seller reports? So I'm going to cover every region that isn't New York first, and then show New York how to do it. So again, we're still in my website admin. We're still here. And we're going to go up to reports and click seller reports. And basically this is a weekly report that goes out to sellers that agents can set up. That just gives them an update on Howard Hanna web activity for that week. So it's a great way for agents just to keep in touch with their sellers on what's going on in an automated way that, you know, once a week they're getting that touch point and they're not even doing anything for it. So on top of what they're already doing, this is just an extra step made easy for them. So all of your office listings should be here. If you click on it here, you can click edit. And then you should be able to put in the recipient name and email here. Agents should probably put in their own email as well, so they're getting these reports and they know what's going out. And then this competitive listing report as well, if they want to have that sent out. And basically that's just going to add competitive listings in the area. And I can actually pull one up for you guys to see.
You can say, yeah, you have a question. How does a seller's report different from Engage Neighborhood News?
Ooh, great question. Okay, so let me just pull this one up and then I will tell you. Here we go. This property actually sold, so it's been a while since I've gotten one. Okay, so this is what the listing activity report looks like, where it's just gonna say, hello client, this is what's, going on. And it just tells them the following is the listing activity report for your property listed with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services. And they can kind of see in the weeks, the, results, views here, and just kind of see all these graphs and that they can go into as much as they would like. Property results report. Your property was displayed 139 times in the last week on the website in property searches. So it lets them know how many people are kind of looking the property showing up in searches. And if we go to the bottom, competitive listing reports will let them know. So these are, similar listings. This was a vacant land in the area. This is their price. Recently sold. So this also, if the agent is really trying to get that, price reduction, adding competitive listings could be a great way for that. And they can see, oh, all these properties are getting sold or on the market and they're at that lower price. Maybe I need to drop mine. And so that's what the listing report is. Engage Neighborhood News is a once a month activity report, not based on the seller's listing. So it's just going to tell the client what's going on in either their zip code or a specific area that the agent has designated. And it's just once a month. And it, gives them mortgage calculators and shows them, they can look into all the houses that have been, on the market for that time, and gives them just some trends about, actually I can pull that one up too. And gives them just some trends about what is going on in that area. So we can see here. So this is what a neighborhood news would look like. So it's not, the seller's report is really a once a week and it's focused on that specific listing. Neighborhood news is a once a month, this is what you should know about what's going on in your area. So they're both great information for your seller, but they are both different. Checking days on market, listings sold, whereas the seller report is, this is the activity that your listing is getting on our site. So hopefully that answers that. Any more questions on this before I show New York people how to get theirs? Or I'll start doing that and you can.
I was going to say, so far so good. There's nothing else in the chat.
Those were great questions. So actually it's under marketing. Under marketing, and this is just for New York. So we have to go to the GoHanna dashboard and we do under marketing seller emails. And all of the email or all the listings in your office should show up here. And then with blank spots for first name, last name, and email. They would just fill this out and click save. And that's how we do it in New York. It's just a little different. They can add as many emails as they want. They just have to separate them by a comma. Or they could even have it just go to them and then forward it to the client. It really depends on what they want there, but that's how we do it. So if there's no more questions, definitely shout them out if you have them. If not, I can go over maybe a couple things to just highlight, maybe at an office meeting or something, if if you're looking for that. I know we had kind of talked about little things to be excited about, little like, 2-minute tech tips or something. So definitely shout out questions. If not, one of the things I thought is super helpful is under profiles, agent maintenance, reminding agents that if I just edit, if they're using the app, that they could go in here and make sure to show the app link right on their website. This is a checkbox that they have to highlight just because not everyone's on the app. So, if the app is ever, talked about in your office or something, you can be like, do you have that up on your website? So that's just a really quick, easy one to show or to get excited about. And then just content pages, if an agent is, going to their office manager or you and, they really want to do a different content page, but they're not sure, ideas for it. Maybe you could just encourage them to, do one on what's in the area, like, or just, have them think about themselves, the agent, kind of, and what they like, hobbies they like. Maybe they're, really into music and concerts when that's all a thing again. And so, maybe they can do something on that with, this is maybe a concert you should go to this week or this weekend or something. And so that's kind of the thought behind content pages is information that tells more about the agent, what they like, and where people will just keep coming back to those content pages for looking for information about maybe things to do on the weekend. If you have great ideas for, kids and activities to do with kids, because, that's what you've been doing a lot during these last few months at home with them all the time. They could maybe do a page about that or something. Do content pages affect SEO? What is SEO?
Search engine optimization, how your page, your agent page would come up on the ranking system when somebody searches for your name. The more content you have, sometimes depending on what algorithm is being applied, the more content you have or the more certain kinds of keywords that you use in your content, it raises your likelihood of being on the first page of options.
Okay. So with Howard Hanna, they did make it so that if someone is searched, just their name and realtor, that Howard Hanna will be the first site that comes up. So if they're just typing in names, in regards to real estate, Howard Hanna is going to be the first one that comes up. In regards to if they were searching for something more specific, like, that maybe that concert page that I was talking about, I'm not quite sure how high up that would come up. It's more so, them, and if they put real estate in there, they're gonna pop up with that. I know.
I know, Joshua, that the SEO optimization and having the company's associates coming up is forefront, I know, from the marketing analytical side, because our marketing director talks about the SEO optimization and the analytics all the time. So I know marketing watches it and they run reports on a regular basis. Now, I'm like Natalie, I'm not really sure exactly how that's managed or what they do with it, but it seems to me that the more relevant the content is on the web page, the more likely it's going to show up a little higher in the feed. So that's my educated guess anyway.
And that's why I think doing the meta tags and description is also really helpful, because not having a specific one and not just the generic one that pops up can pull them in to open that site more if they kind of read it and are like, yes, that's exactly what I was looking for. And again, that's also why they've encouraged us to do less pictures and, more of the word content because that pulls more. But I would also say, videos are huge in drawing people in once they land on your site, but not so much in bringing them to your site from like a search engine. Any other questions? Okay, so I think that is good. The Hannah presentations video is up on YouTube for next week by the lovely Nita. So that is all set for you guys. And again, if you just want something to be excited about or to share with your office that you're learning, I would definitely say the app link, talk about content pages, and even seller reports, just seeing if agents know that that's out there for them to use, would be three just key things to share if you're excited. And that is all I have today. Thank you so much for your time. And I hope you have a lovely weekend.
Thank you, Natalie.
All right, I'm going to end this meeting. Bye, guys.